Hi, my name is Judy Allmon. Thanks so much for joining this webinar. Hey, I have a question for you. Have you ever had a huge lucky break? One where you thanked your lucky stars every day that you had been in the right place at the right time? Well, if you haven't, this webinar might just be that for you. And it might even be that for you for a couple of different points, and we'll get into that in a minute. Like I said, my name is Judy Allmon. I'm an Elite Pro 8 with the company we're here to talk about. It's LifeVantage. You know, I've been called a serial entrepreneur. I prefer calling myself a creative solutionist because that's what I really try to do. I try to find better ways to do just about anything. I've had a couple of different businesses in the past. But of all the ones that I've owned or been part of, I don't think I could be more proud than the one I'm about to share with you. And before we go any farther, if you're a guest, you can relax. I'm not here to sell you. I'm just here to give you some adequate information so you can make an informed decision, okay? And everything I'm about to tell you, it's absolutely true. So take some notes. This is a publicly traded company, so you can fact check me. And how did I find out about it? Well, probably kind of like you did. A friend shared some information with me. It actually was a clip of an ABC News report. It knocked our socks off. My husband and I didn't even finish it. We just looked at each other and said, wow, this could be our moment. So we called our friend back, asked him if it was true, if there was science, and he assured us that there was. And we got involved right there and then. If you haven't seen that 2005 clip, get back to the person who invited you and they'll share it with you. So over the next few minutes, I'm going to be covering a few different points about our company and what sets us apart. The four components are products and science, second, compensation, third, timing, and the fourth, system. So let's start with those products and the science behind them and how we got to where we are now. It kind of started with this single question that Dr. Joe McCord had. He is a noted scientist. He might not be a name that you know, but he's considered the father of free radical biology. And he had this question: is declining health something we have to simply accept as part of getting older? And what he found, and he worked on it for decades, was that our genes actually contain these incredible abilities to keep our body healthy. And so he worked for about 40 years trying to develop a compound that could literally flip the switches back on, right? And guess what? He figured it out. And in 2003, our company was formed around a flagship product, and also for the point of continuing his research and sharing it with the world. They started selling the products in 2003. They tried a variety of things, online, retail, etc. And you know, it didn't work very well. And then a funny thing happened. ABC News came calling. They had heard about the study and the product, and they wanted to do an investigative report. And the result of that report was just a tsunami of interest from the public, from the government, from science, from universities. And by the way, you know, all of this started becoming independently initiated and funded. And as a result, now there's dozens and dozens of studies that have been done on both oxidative stress and our product. Now, we also kind of figured out that we had a story that needed to be told. When you have something that is such a revolutionary concept, you know, it's hard for people to just look at it on a shelf and decide to buy it. You have to have somebody tell you a story. You know, with their experience, how it worked for them, maybe share some information and help you really understand that new concept. Well, when we switched over to direct sales, well, like they say, the rest is history. What we started doing was explaining to people the difference between supplementation and activation. And honestly, folks, there couldn't be a bigger difference. Supplementation is when you take something to replace something. Like if you don't get enough vitamin C, you take a supplement. But in this case, it's not about replacing something. It's about turning on our body's own intelligences to address what are really right now what we know to be the three leading theories on health decline or aging. So the first one is called oxidative stress. And it's not stress like I'm stressed out, although that can contribute to it. But it's more like when you cut open an apple and the air hits it and the cells start turning brown. It's not exactly like that, but that's a good analogy. Our body is continually bombarded by free radicals, and they accumulate as oxidative stress, and that impacts how the cells work in any system, heart, brain, lungs, whatever. And when we're very young, like a baby or a small child, the body will combat it by producing its own internal antioxidants. These are things like catalase and glutathione. You can't take them, your body has to make them. Now, unfortunately, the body's production of these indirect antioxidants slows down over time. It's kind of like if you've ever worked with the toggle of a rheostat on a light switch and you gradually move it down, you almost don't realize that the room is getting darker. Well, in the same way, this slows down when we're, starts when we're teenagers. And by the time you're about 40 or so, you really wonder what happened. Well, it's something that has been going on all that time. It's caused by everything, diet, smoking, and even good things, rigorous exercise, or even our own body functions. All of these things cause oxidative stress. And it creates this, like I said, when these free radicals that cause that, something in the order, it's like a number like 300 septillion. It's a number you can't even imagine bombarding you day after day after day. And it really takes a toll on all of the organs and the systems of our body. Now, I know what you're thinking, antioxidants. I get antioxidants. I eat a good diet. I take my supplements. Well, what you're thinking about is something called direct antioxidants. And that's good, but it's just not good enough. And I told you how many of these free radicals we're fighting every day. Well, with direct antioxidants, it takes one direct antioxidant molecule to combat one free radical molecule. Well, if you've got like 300 septillion free radicals, just every day you'd have to eat 11 pounds of blueberries, 375 oranges, 120 vitamin C tablets, and 87 glasses of wine, and then you got to start over again tomorrow. How about something easier? How about if you could flip the switch and work with your body and let your body get back to producing those indirect antioxidants? How about one tablet a day? Protandim NRF2 Synergizer. It not only can neutralize the oxidative stress, it also can improve the absorption of nutrients you're eating in that good diet. And it can give you what I like to call an athlete's edge. Because here's the deal. You could be the most elite athlete on the most advanced diet and regime, and you'd still be missing a piece of the puzzle. Those antioxidants, those direct antioxidants that you're eating, only knock out that one free radical molecule for every antioxidant molecule. So, that one and done is just not going to cut it. You need something like this. And well, this is it. There is nothing like this. But what this does is work to neutralize 1 million free radical molecules per second every second. It turns on the body's ability to create its own interior antioxidants. And it does that by turning on the NRF2 pathway switch. It does it with a remarkably simple sounding combination of 5 all-natural botanical ingredients: milk thistle, bacopa, ashwagandha, green tea leaf extract, and turmeric. Now you're thinking, oh, let's go get those ingredients. Well, it's not that easy. You know, I told you Dr. McCord worked 40 years. He finally came up with a synergistic blend of these five that was so impactful to be able to lower oxidative stress an average of 40% in 30 days, increase our indirect antioxidants like SOD, catalase, and glutathione, help with detoxification and inflammation. It was so impactful that the US government gave 7 long-term patents on it. And we also have 5 international patents. So it's much, much more than just these 5 ingredients. It's the whole unique blend of it that produces enzymes capable of neutralizing more than 1 million free radicals per second every second. And there's nothing that has ever come close. No one's been able to duplicate the results. So with all of these things that Protandim does, doesn't it make sense that you'd want to be on it? Don't take my word for it. You can go to pubmed.gov. That's the repository of all scientific studies done. You can search by the name Protandim, and 26 peer-reviewed journal publications will come up. These peer-reviewed studies are the top of the top. You know, there's regular scientific studies, and then there's peer-reviewed. Peer-reviewed is when you have your peers will go and try to disprove your study, and when they can't disprove it, it is now peer-reviewed. Well, we have 26 brand-specific peer-reviewed studies, and all but 2 are independently initiated and funded by universities and institutions like Ohio State, Harvard, American Heart Association, and more. It's so incredible that even like Washington State, they did what they call a meta-analysis. This is where you study the different scientific studies. And their conclusion was that the NRF2 technology is so important that it may, quote, become the most extraordinary breakthrough in the history of medicine or health. That's a huge statement. I mean, can you imagine that? We didn't ask them to study this technology. They did it because that's where health and wellness is going. It's really moving beyond medicine to being proactive, to biohacking the aging code. So we didn't stop with Protandim NRF2. We looked to the next theory of aging, and that's mitochondrial decline. Now, if you might remember mitochondria from biology, these are the little compounds in your cells that power the body. Things like how our heart beats, how our lungs inflate to breathe, how our brain even thinks. And again, the body has to continually fix or remove damaged mitochondria. And as we age, just like the other thing, the NRF2 pathway, this particular pathway slows down over time. You don't even notice it. But the result is, like the oxidative stress causing hundreds of diseases, mitochondrial dysfunction causes hundreds of diseases as well. We came up with another breakthrough product called NRF1 Synergizer. This works with that pathway to help improve mitochondrial biogenesis. And that, as a result, improves the mitochondria, so you have more cellular energy, you sleep better, your cell repair is better, your brain functions better, your heart and lungs function better. Again, just so impressive. And again, nothing on the market like it. We didn't stop there. Last year, we came out with another product, and this is called NAD. It has to do with the sirtuin proteins. There are like, I think, 7 sirtuin proteins in the cell, and these help with how cells work, and they also help with how the cells, you know, clean up their waste and so forth. Again, as we age, how we produce these working sirtuins, they slow down, and the activity of the sirtuins slow down. There's been a lot of people have tried to come up with a product that would help improves sirtuin activity. Um, really the only thing that had been very effective was actually severe caloric restriction. But if you don't want to do that, and you don't want to use a product that only helps by just a couple of percent, you're in luck, because LifeVantage came out with Protandim NAD Synergizer. This improves the production of the sirtuins by 100% in just 24 hours. Unbelievable. Again, nothing on the market like it. All natural ingredients. And the benefits, again, longevity, mental focus and concentration, better mood, better motivation, your inflammation, everything. Again, I think you're getting the picture here. It's not about curing a disease. It's about helping the body work better, working with the intelligences of the body so it can help and heal itself. Now, when you put all of these three together, it's like a trifecta. They call it the Protandim Tri-Synergizer, and you can get it in just the bottles, or you can get them in these handy packets that are tamper-proof, great for traveling. And what's really kind of cool is that on top of, they're all wonderful, but when you take them together, when you're using all three, the benefits are exponentially better. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? So Protandim NRF2 was our first product. And again, we didn't stop there. We now have over 20 different products. They're arranged in what we call pillars. And every one of these pillars helps you flip the switch in a particular system of your body. So we have the activation pillar with the Protandim Tri-Synergizer. Then we have Axio for brain health. We have ProBio and the prebiotic for gut health. Omega is another great product for brain health. The weight management system helps with healthy weight management, so a good ratio of fat to lean, skin care, hair care, even a product for dogs. Again, this is not like anything you've ever tried. Every one of these products is remarkable in its own right. Every one of them contains the same revolutionary biohacking types of science and technology that are patented, backed by hard science, and so forth. Maybe you want to get started on the products. I would think you would want to, and maybe you're thinking, I don't know where even to start. There's all these wonderful products. Well, you can pick things out that you are interested in, but we also have some packages that have been curated so that you have, a nice way to start. But in addition, it gives you an additional discount on the product. So it's a nice savings, and it's just something for your convenience. So if you're interested in ordering, it's really simple. Go to the website of the person who invited you to this webinar, or you can even have them send you a suggested card. Super, super simple. With a few clicks, the products can be on their way to you with free shipping. And there's no risk because you have 30 days money back guarantee if you're not awesomely impressed with these products. Maybe you're thinking though, so there's money here? Because I know folks that might be interested, because you are. You're going to be taking these products and you're going to say, this is awesome, and I've got to tell, my family, my friends, whatever. So our compensation plan allows you to design your own way to make a little money to cover your products, or a little more to help you make a difference in your household, or a whole lot to change your life and that of your family. It's just, your call on it. And it's truly the perfect meld, making money, making a life. And let me ask you a question. In this season of uncertainty, don't you think it would be great to have an additional revenue stream to ease financial burdens, to maybe add something that you could do from home if you didn't want to get out and work, or you had to stay home with the kids, to be able to work on your terms? Look, the timing absolutely could not be better. So maybe you're asking yourself, well, if this is so awesome, why haven't I heard about this? Well, you're not alone, and really soon everybody's going to know. You just happen to know about it early because somebody thought enough of you to share this with you. But most of the United States and Canada have yet to discover LifeVantage, and we haven't even started talking about the rest of the world. This is a global company, and yet we only have about 85,000 distributors worldwide. Ground floor is considered about 150,000 in any particular market. So it is so early. And is there a market? Well, do you know anybody who wants to slow aging, or do you only know people who want to age as fast as possible? Because right now there's a greater than 60% increase in wellness sales over the last 8 years. And there's been a huge growth in studies on oxidative stress and how it impacts our health and lifespan, not to mention studies on mitochondrial dysfunction and the sirtuins that we talked about earlier. And like I said, no products outside of ours are as potent as ours. Ours are patented. No one has duplicated our results. We have amazing retention on people using our products. Do you think there's a market there? Do you think you might be able to succeed with it? Let me ask you this. What does knowing something ahead of the masses mean for opportunity in you? Think back in history on people who knew about an edge on something like, Google or smartphones or whatever. The people who were decisive, they really cashed in. See, money is made early by the innovators and the visionaries. Laggards don't make money. They make excuses and they wait for somebody else to tell them what to buy or what to eat or what to wear. That's not you, is it? And if you want more clues, look at our company strength, the people within our company, the industry respect, and the smartest money managers on Wall Street, people like BlackRock, they're investing heavily. We had consumer advocate Erin Brockovich join our board of directors last year. We turned 10 years old. That's when we brought out the third of the Tri-Synergizer. It's almost getting to be old news. Like every quarter is the highest annual revenue in company history. Even during this pandemic, we've continued to have record sales because the products are amazing and our company is awesome and the direction and the leadership is unequaled. We continue to be the front of jersey sponsor for the Salt Lake Real soccer team. And in January of this year, we rang the closing bell at NASDAQ. Now, that's not just something that you volunteer to do. You have to be invited. And other companies that have been invited, well, how about these? Facebook in 2012, YouTube in 2015, Amazon in 2017, Uber in 2019. Do you get a picture here? Advanced products, companies that are changing for the better how we live our lives. And maybe you're thinking, yeah, but it's network marketing. I don't want to do network marketing. Well, what do you know about network marketing? Do you know that as an industry, it generates more income than oil or gas? That 83% of all the women that earn 6 figures or more like me do it with network marketing? It is a legit and wonderful industry. And it may or may not be for you, but hey, it's for me. Look at these published earnings. Now, why do we have published earnings? Again, we're a publicly traded company. That's why we do. And there's a lot of numbers here, but let's just concentrate on these monthly averages. Not saying you're average, but look at the Pro 3, $626 a month. That would cover a few bills or cover your product. Look at the Premier ranks. Look at that. A Pro 5 earns over $37,000 per year, the average. The average Pro 7, if you really take it seriously and go into the elite ranks like I did, the average Pro 7 earns over $160,000 per year. And I'm not making this up, guys, and the company's not making it up. It's published and it's checked out. Talk with the person who invited you about your options for getting started. And it takes consistent work and commitment. This is not get rich quick, but think about it. if you always do what you've always done, you always get what you always got. And if your life isn't better than it was 3 or 5 years ago, what are you doing to make sure it's different and better 3 to 5 years from now? You're thinking, can I do this? Well, sure you can, absolutely. How do I know? Because I did it, and I know that some of the top distributors in our company never had done network marketing before LifeVantage. But because of everything I've told you about, the products and the company and the compensation and the system and the timing, we've all done extremely well, and you can too. So right now, you can look at our system. It's absolutely so simple. It's a proven system that can help you get where you need to go, helps you learn while you earn. We even have regular corporate events and training. Even now during this pandemic, we've been doing everything virtually. Even our global conference, we've got top keynote speakers coming in, and it's going to be available to anybody who wants to attend. So you may have about some questions, and that's fine. If you need more information, you may be ready to become a customer. That'd be awesome. You should. You get on these products and biohack the aging code like I did. Or you may be ready to join the team, and that's truly awesome. Your future's in your hands. You think about your why, okay? Think about what is keeping you awake at night. What I've just presented could be the how to help you sleep better at night, to help you live better, your health and your wealth. Just get back with the person who invited you and let them know where you are, and let them know you're ready to take action, I hope, to seize your moment, to help change history for yourself, your family, and the world. My name's Judy Allmon, and I